Alright, so putting this adapter plates in. This adapter plate right here bolts the transmission. This one's going to have to be clearanced. So I'll show you. I have already clearanced it. But what I'll do is I'll mark where the starter goes to the transmission. And I'll grind it out and keep putting the plate on, taking it off, putting it on, taking it off until I get the proper clearance that I need. And then at that point, what I'll do is I'll bolt this back on underneath here. This is your main power, and then this is your ignition right here. When you turn the key to the start, it puts power to here, which kicks the solenoid on. So I'll ground this out and turn the starter over, so make sure the gear does not hit the bell housing. With this kit, it will hit the bell housing. You have to clearance it. So I'll pop this off real quick and I'll show you how I clearanced it out. Yeah, there's a hole there. I'm gonna have to take and cut a piece of aluminum and take and JB weld it on there and block that hole up, so that way I'm not getting a bunch of crap down inside the bell housing. Also, too, wiring. There's things I can delete here. These plugs right here, O2 sensor plugs. We're not running O2 sensor plugs. O2 sensor plug. I can delete this. I can just go right back and depin it from up top. This here I'm going to reuse. This is the power for the starter, and this is the start switch right here. This is a ground. We're going to need this ground. Obviously, this is a ground. Knock sensor, I don't believe it's needed, but on the last one I did, I just left the knock sensor in and just kind of zip tied it up. This ground we're going to need. This here we do not need. This is an O2 sensor. And this is an O2 sensor also. These two are. These two plugs here, I believe this flat 4 is the ignition coil. Do not need that anymore. And this one right here, we definitely don't need. This is the, it's actually a 6-pin, but it only uses 5. This is for the EGR exhaust valve. Not using that. So I can actually take these wires here and pull them out and depin it from here. You could leave them here and strap them up. I'm going to tell you, it's a pain in the butt to get to these bolts here. And the less wiring you have in your way, the easier this is going to be to put those bolts in. So definitely recommend taking them wires out of there, and it'll look cleaner too when it's all said and done. But like I said, as you can see, it's just a slow process on this. You just got to kind of mark where your starter's going to hit and clearance it, and just keep going until you got the clearance. Obviously, you don't want to take too much out. You don't want to take any of the strength out of there that you don't have to. So, but this plate's a really good plate with these guys. And I mean, they're super strong plates, and it makes the bell housing stronger. So, but that's where we're at here. So I'm just getting that ready. I'll get this wiring ready, and once I get that, I got to cut these motor mounts out. Cannot use the stock. I'll just cut them off straight to the frame, clean that up, and make my own mounts for that. So that's the next phases I got going on. Well,